welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for always stopping by. So today we are going to be talking about the salary range for teaching assistants and teachers right here in Dubai. Okay, I'm going to be telling you based on my experiences, and I hope this helps every single one of you interested in this type of topic. Anyway, one of my subscribers, Ravi, I think Ravi Praveen from India, asked me this question, and I already gave him a reply. But I felt for him to ask me means there might be a couple of people out there that are interested to know this particular information. So today, all right, I'm on my way to work. I'm very close to school, so I'm right here filming this. Okay, sometimes we don't have time to film anything at home, so anytime I have time, I do it. All right, so salary for teaching assistants and teachers. Let's talk about it. So for teachers, for the grade that for the level that I have taught so far, from nursery to KG1, KG2, kindergarten 1, kindergarten 2, the salary ranges between 7,000 and 15,000. Okay, I've heard of people earning 15, 14, 15, 16. No, sorry, 15 from, I've never really heard more than 15,000. Okay, so it all depends on the caliber of school you work for. If you work for a British, American, Canadian school, they pay really well, so they pay you like 15, sometimes even more than 15, so but if you work for like okay schools, like Indian schools, Lebanese schools, some type of Arabic schools, they might want to pay you like say 10, 11, or sometimes even 9, in some cases. So it ranges between 7,000 to 15,000. It all depends on how lucky you get and the type and caliber and level of school you find yourself fortunate to get into. So between 7,000 to 15,000 for the level that I have worked within. So now let's go for the teaching assistant one. Okay, for the teaching assistant, you have the salary ranges between let's say 2,500 to 4,000. Okay, it all depends on your experience. Same thing goes for the teaching as well. It all depends on your experience, on your certification, and and the caliber and level of school you find yourself in. For me, when I was a teaching assistant, the highest I earned was 4,000. Okay, even with my cash level, usually they do not go higher than 4,000. The highest so far that I've known of, or in some cases, maybe you're lucky, 4,500, or maybe even in some weird cases, which I do not think 5,000. Okay, they do not go higher than that. But I've been fortunate to earn 4,000. Not everyone is fortunate to earn 4,000. So in some cases, you see people earning 3,000, 3,500 dirhams. Okay, this is in dirhams right now. So it all depends on how fortunate and the caliber or level of school you find yourself in. If you find yourself like in an Indian school, Arabic school, Lebanese, all those type of schools, expect them to pay you between 2,500 and 3,000 or 3,500. Okay, but if you get into schools that really value the importance of their workers, they might pay you 4,000 dirhams. Okay, so now there is something I want you to know. In UAE, this happens. Okay, so let's say for example, so a school is an organization or a school is willing to pay. This really happens. Okay, it really does happen. It's weird, but then sometimes a school might decide, okay, I want to pay my kindergarten teachers, like say 13,000. Okay, people from US, the Western people from US, Canada, Australia, European countries, and all of that, they might be willing to pay them like say 13,000 or 14,000 or even 15,000. So okay, that's fine. Okay, but for people that come from other part of the world, they pay them lesser. Okay, just because you do not hold the type of passport they deem high. Okay, if you come from places like Africa or Asia, maybe let's say India or some other part of Asia, maybe Philippines, they might pay, let's say if they pay an American 15,000 for example for that same role, for that same position, for the same class, kindergarten, nursery, whatever, if they pay a Westerner, let's say 15,000, they might pay an African or a Filipino or an Indian or a Nepali, they might pay let's say they pay 15,000 to the Westerners, they pay let's say 10 or 11 to people from other parts of the other countries. Okay, so it does happen here. It's crazy. It's it doesn't seem right, but then this is what happens. And so, but what's most important is that you focus on your job. It doesn't matter what they decide to pay some other people, or it doesn't matter what they decide to pay you. Just do your job and give your best. It doesn't matter. Do not focus on things like that, because definitely you will come across something like that. Something else I want to say. And sometimes some schools take advantage of people with no experience at all. If you might have a teaching certificate, you might have everything, but the thing is, they might want to take advantage of you and pay you way less. Some nursery schools also pay low. They pay like say 7,000, they pay like say 8,000, they pay like 9, 10. Some nursery schools, okay, nursery schools usually do not want to pay well. All right, except you go to a big school, then you have the possibility of earning a bigger salary. Okay. So now, so there was something I actually wanted to say. I forgot. Now I'm gonna try to remember. So something else I want to say. Now we have to. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I think I forgot at this time. Okay, now I remember. So one thing I want to say is, if you're a first timer in UAE, you don't have UAE experience. It's your first time experience, or you've never even taught before, but you have your certificate, and you're here in UAE, or you've taught before in your country, but you're here, you do not have experience, UAE experience. Some schools might want to take advantage of that and pay you less. Okay, as long as it's not too low, as long as it's not so low, I would advise that you take up the job, both as a teaching, whether you as a teaching assistant or a teacher, take up the job, because you know why? Because if you look at the money, you will never grow. It's your first time. Okay, I'm not saying you should deal with a lot of shit, but what I'm saying is, it's your first time. As long as the salary is not too bad, if they offer you way lesser than they would pay other teachers, take it. It's your first time. Do the job, gain experience, use that as an opportunity to improve yourself, so that by the time you spend some time with them, you gain a lot of experience, you gain confidence, you gain everything that makes you that teacher that they want to see probably on the next level of your life. So stay there, work with them, gain experience. What you will gain is way more than that money that they are paying you. So I will advise that if it's your first time, no experience at all, take up that job. Even if they pay you lesser than other people, take it up. Use that as a stepping stone. Use that as a building step for your life. Okay, so as soon as you gain your experience, you will have enough confidence. You'll be very well equipped enough to apply into bigger and better schools that will pay you way much better. Okay, do not forget, do not be choosy. Do not be choosy when you're looking for a job in UAE or anywhere in life. Do something with your life. Don't say, oh, that job is not paying, I'm not going to do it. Oh, this salary is so low. Oh, they're paying other people better than me. Do something. Take the job, gain experience, equip yourself, and gain that confidence that will prepare you for your next level, for better payments and better salary and a better life. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have an amazing day.